All right. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Sorry we're having trouble getting it started, and our setup is not ideal right now.
In between two workshops.
Yeah, it's part of the move. Can everybody hear us in Discord?
Get YouTube going.
Yeah, YouTube's running.
All right.
It just might be behind.
Anybody in YouTube, can you hear us? Oh, there we are.
Let me fill.
Okay, they can hear us. Thanks.
All right, camera's really high.
We're working with it.
All right, well, sorry we got started a little bit late, but thanks everybody for joining. So for those that don't know, we're Apollo Automation. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Justin.
Yeah. And so we're a small hardware startup out of Lexington, Kentucky, but recently just moved to Versailles. We design, build, engineer, assemble, support, and ship IoT equipment for Home Assistant and soon Homey, and also do custom hardware projects. So we're really excited. We got quite a good list of things tonight that I don't know the agenda, but I'm sure Justin will have it.
Right.
And yeah, so for those that are just joining, feel free to send comments and questions in the chat. We love to read them and answer them as we go. And yeah, let's see. Oh, we got Gavin. Gavin's in
here from the Home Tech FM podcast, so give him a listen.
Yeah, anybody who likes podcasts, look up Home Tech FM podcast.
.fm, yep.
Yeah.
If you're a tech guys in here, he's a YouTuber. So go check out his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
There's some people over on YouTube. Real quick, we are doing a giveaway. Brandon shared a link in the Discord, so you sign up. We'll 30 minutes at the end? When do we do it? Like 30 minutes in?
Yeah, it's
at the end or something. Whatever Brandon says, we'll go with that. All right. Let me share the link over on YouTube real quick. But TEMP-1 actually is the first thing on the agenda.
All right. Well, so we launched the TEMP-1 sensor. And so to recap what TEMP-1 is, it's a small battery or non-battery. I held them opposite. This is the battery version and the non-battery version. They're the same height and length. They're just different widths because of the battery connector. So with that, we had this product in development, half a year ago, and it was going great. We got it out to our beta testers with a little probe plugs in. So this is the short temperature probe. It's got a flat cable on it, which means you can put it into your fridge or your freezer and it won't hurt the air seal in there. And so you can put the actual unit on the outside of your freezer, which helps with longevity and battery life and signal. We got one in a case here. Yeah.
The magnet mount.
Yeah, here it is in a case. And it's there's an optional magnet mount that allows you to magnetically attach it straight to your fridge. Deep freeze. It can work it's waterproof. You can put it in your fish tank, not the white sensor, but the cable sensor can go into there.
Very important.
We've got multiple lengths of the cable, and we were getting ready to release it, and then one of our beta testers said, hey, it'd be pretty cool if I could check the temperature of my steak on the grill. And that was such a good idea and so frustrating that we had to hold off on releasing the TEMP-1 and added in a 1 meter long stainless steel food probe. And so this is just like every other food temperature probe, but this one will connect to Home Assistant for you. So the same little unit, the TEMP-1, you can have like I said, the flat cable that's waterproof. It goes into your fridge, freezer, fish tank, hot tub. You can unplug it and plug in the food safe probe. And now you can measure on your grill, your oven, your turkey, all different things like that. I'm going to move this up so I stop looking down so much.
Yeah, there we go.
There
Sorry,
we go.
guys.
We're really excited to launch it now. It's available on our site. We are shipping them immediately, which is also, we're pretty happy about our past betas. our past product launches had a 2-month pre-order system. Thankfully, we've grown large enough, and we have a strong enough community to tell us their interest in the product that we're able to purchase inventory ahead of time on this one, and so it's shipping immediately.
Yeah, some of you actually probably already have them.
Yeah.
We actually put out the call for whoever was the first one to cook a steak with it or some sort of food item would get a free TEMP-1, and it looks like Pseudo Random from Discord was the first one over in Showcase to post himself using the TEMP-1 to cook a steak. So congrats, Pseudo Random, you will get a free sensor. So just message one of us or Brandon and we'll get it in.
Yeah, that's awesome. It was really cool to see, and I know Brandon Smart Home Cell was posting a few here recently, a few pictures and videos of his steak out being cooked. Really cool to see, and it's exciting that it's like, I don't know of too many smart food temperature probes out there. For those that are getting the sensors, make sure to be checking for updates. They show up as Home Assistant updates for them, or if you have them in ESP Home, there's updates through those. Usually when we launch products, there's frequently a lot of good ideas or improvements that we have. And so I think we've had a couple of firmware releases over the last week. So just make sure to check those out. So DigiBlur is in here too, I saw on YouTube. Yeah. So there's another great YouTuber, DigiBlur DIY. Check him out on YouTube.
Awesome guy. Very real, very honest, does great reviews. Go check him out.
Yeah, met up with him at CES while we were out there in Las Vegas.
That's on the agenda.
Oh.
No, it's kidding.
Our CES recap.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so Gavin asked, do you guys have shipping to Canada sorted now? So we've always shipped to Canada. It's just like weirdly been painful, even though they're our neighbors and our allies.
It's about to be worse.
It potentially could get a little worse. But yes, we do have fulfillment from inside of Canada now going to Canadians. So you get faster shipping. You don't have to worry about the customs, all that. It gets handled ahead of time. Good question, Gavin.
Yep.
For you Canadians out there.
And Travis DigiBlur was just saying that he didn't pay us to say that. That was real coming from us.
Yeah, he is very. Yeah, it was not influenced. All right.
So we show off everything but the TEMP-1.
Yeah.
Everything, all the probes, everything.
Yeah. Okay. Quick recap. This is the non-battery version. It's a little bit slimmer. The battery version sticks out a little more. This has got the magnetic mount on it that allows it to clamp to whatever you would like.
Yep. Normal snap fit case, that's like our Plant 1. But you can kind of do a little side by side if you want.
Yeah, yeah. So TEMP-1, TEMP-1B. Our battery versions have the B denotation on the end of them. And so it's just a little bit thicker to contain the battery. The battery is a CR123 rechargeable. It's important to get the rechargeable version.
Yes.
It's got a higher voltage.
Or a 16340 can be used as well.
Yeah.
And with conservative settings, you can easily get around 6 months. More aggressively 3 months. So it just depends on the sleep settings.
Yeah, our numbers are always conservative on our battery life. It's really dependent on how frequently we report to Home Assistant and how quick your connection to Home Assistant is, things like that. But yeah. So we got a question from Taz Tiger. Will the TEMP-1 do Kelvin or only Celsius? You can make it report, I think, in anything you want in Home Assistant. The sensor itself, I believe,
goes to absolute zero, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I don't. It does not go to absolute zero.
So if someone can get it to space, test it out, just let us know how it does.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah, so that's TEMP-1. We appreciate the help on the launch and all the support on the posts. And yeah, we're excited for it to get to all of you all that have one on the way.
And excited for some YouTube reviews to come out soon to kind of get some honest feedback. So very excited. Be on the lookout for those. All of our new normal YouTubers. All right, next thing up, we've got CES Recap.
Yeah, so you want to take that one?
Yeah, so CES, first time for Trevor and I. It was amazing. Not only all of the new tech, but I think the biggest highlights for us were actually getting to meet the Home Assistant teams and the Homey team. So we went to a Home Assistant meetup with DigiBlur, a few YouTubers, content creators. Paulus was actually there, Madalena, and Andy, and Frank, and who else was there?
Miranda.
Miranda was there.
Yeah.
So it was fantastic just to kind of getting to talk to them face to face, and they are so passionate about Home Assistant, guys. So it was just like, it just like jolted us even more to be like, this is exactly what we want to do, and these people are, really pushing Home Assistant to be something that is great and open for everybody.
Yeah. DigiBlur posted a picture. Thanks. Yeah.
There's a picture of everybody.
Yep.
Great time. We actually shut the place down. They had to actually turn the lights on and kick us out. So, and I was talking to Missy, the community manager. He said that sounds like Paulus. So
yeah, it was a good time. It
was
a
good time.
Really cool to go meet up.
And the Homey guys are really great too. The founders, Stefan and Emil, and then Abba, who's their community manager. Great talking with those guys. We actually had our logo. It was really cool. We're in a basement in Lexington, Kentucky, and our Apollo Automation logo was on the LG booth at CES, which is really cool, with all the Homey stuff. So that was really neat. Just kind of humbling and just very exciting to see that. So, but I mean, what else? We had a couple run-ins with some other big YouTubers and content creators, and just saw a lot of really cool stuff.
It's just good networking, cool event. CES itself had some cool attractions, but really, meeting up with the content creators, some other stores out there, and the Cloud Free store, they were there. And,
Kenny, I think?
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Which is kind of funny because he's actually pretty close to us, I think, like a state away, so it was really nice. And they had the voice preview there, so it was really cool. We were kind of getting, all of the behind the scenes talk about the development and stuff for it, and it was just really exciting meeting everybody. What else? We got... I guess some updates with the works with Home Assistant. So I think the last time we talked, we're still in the final stages. We're just kind of waiting for all the final things to be finished, and we should hopefully have an announcement here within the next few months, and we'll officially be partners with Home Assistant.
Yeah, real excited for that. Real excited. That's nice to have.
Yeah. And also, kind of similar to that, Homey. We are finishing our final testing. They're testing on their side, and we should hear some stuff here pretty soon. And hopefully all the Homey users out there will be able to start using our sensors as well. The app is in the Apollo Automation app, is in like a testing phase. I don't think it's fully published, but I think you can still get on it and kind of mess around with some of the sensors if you already have them. And next we have LANWAR. So kind of all of the CES and meetup stuff. We were gone for most of January. So sorry if there was a delay in us talking to you guys or a delay in fulfillment, but we were gone for most of January. So LANWAR, if you guys aren't familiar, it's the gaming event. It is a big convention. There's about 400 gamers, and it's bring your own computer, and you game for 4 days. We are one of the sponsors of the event. We've been going since about 2010 as gamers, but it was the last two events we've actually been able to sponsor it. And we actually had Brandon come out. So we got to meet Brandon, who's our support guy, Smart Home Sellout. We met him for the first time, which was awesome. I don't know if he posted a picture of us and my brother and us at the event, but he may have some pictures.
Yeah.
And we did the workshop. Did you want to talk about the workshop at all?
No, it's all you.
All right. Well, we did a workshop too, and it was very basic. We used the Apollo Dev 1, which is our little development board, which has the ESP32C3 Mini on it. And we just loaded up some WLED and played with some 2D matrix setups. And so we just did a little workshop for people who had never, some had experience, some were very new to it. And it was just really cool to see them play with, our dev board and WLED and see how exciting it was for them and how cool, how cool it was just to do something with a little development board and, make these awesome LED displays. So it had a pretty good response, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Definitely fun introducing people to Arduino and ESP and small electronics. Brandon just posted a few pictures. Really cool.
Good time.
And then Cyberdog was saying air quality had to have been wild in there. Yeah, we track it.
Yep.
We have air ones that are run throughout the place to track particulates and temperatures and all kinds of things.
Yep, we have one in the main gaming hall. We also had one in the sleeping area this time as well. We should be getting that data from one of the staff members. His name's Wiza. He's also a Home Assistant user. It actually has built a couple DIY sensors for the event. So we should be getting that data, so be on the lookout for a post. And kind of roll it into NFC 1 now.
Yeah, maybe I'll recap on some of the other products from LANWAR. So
Okay, yeah.
parking,
Right,
yeah. So we released Temp. We've got parking, which is PA1. That's the sensor that'll help you park in your garage. It tells you how far from the wall or fridge or motorcycle, whatever is in front of your car, how far away you are, and where you were at compared to your desired stopping spot. That one was put on the back burner back in the summer just because we were trying to build 3 battery devices at once, and it was our first battery devices. So worked on that at LANWAR and got the software running. Seems to be running great. Need to test it out. Truthfully, it was like really cold here in Kentucky for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it was. It's still on the ground for almost a month.
Yeah, so I was not out in the garage testing it, but it's where I'm back up. That's where we're at right now on parking. Is need to just test it real world with a car. It's pretty hard to test with, in like a room or whatever, because it could try to sense something else moving or whatever. But really excited to see that. I know there's a huge amount of interest in it from our product survey, which if Brandon or Justin, you guys have a link for the future product survey, make sure to fill that out. Future product survey it's literally how we pick pretty much the majority of what we do at Apollo. It gives your feedback on what type of products we need, your suggestions, and the communication protocols that allows us to investigate that and figure out where there's some holes in the market. So that was parking. Didn't really get to the pump one, which is the plant water. That is kind of just at the CAD stage, and I just really don't like the design that I have right now with the pump sitting on top of the water bottle. We did that to reduce the amount of tubing and the complexity and stuff like that, but it just doesn't look very, very aesthetically good. It functions, but definitely something we got to figure out, and it's just needs some CAD work and design.
I think it's been difficult because people have said, I'll use a 1 liter bottle, a 2 liter bottle, and use a 5-gallon bucket. So there's just varying degrees of, water delivery containers. So
those are 2 big ones. Somebody I saw commented about the speaker one. Speaker, we actually kind of put this on hold just because of the voice system. And I wasn't super happy with how the voice responded. This was back right before Home Assistant released their voice preview. Mm-hmm. I wasn't super happy with how the voice was, how hard it was kind of to use in Home Assistant. You had to say the specific things that, if you called, your back porch, a zone or an area, but you also had back porch lights. It was just tricky, and I was trying to figure out, was it the microphone not hearing me clearly enough, or how we could do that. And so we kind of put it on hold and ordered one of the Home Assistant devices to try to see if we could compare it to see how that responded. And we didn't get it. We got it after CES and just haven't gotten around to looking at it. But the speaker one sounds great. It sounds as good as an Alexa or Google device sitting out there. It sounds great. You can cast music to it, Spotify, everything with the music assistant and Home Assistant, and then just trying to get the voice component of it working. So.
And sorry for saying her name if we.
Oh, I triggered somebody's.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all of those. And so while we were at CES, we had a whisper in our ear that we should maybe build a NFC card reader, and that, you know, somebody thought that would be a good product idea. A pretty influential person. Pretty much. So we jumped on it right after CES when we went to LANWAR and started working on the NFC little card reader. It's I was having a little bit of struggle with communication. I think I might have burnt the board hooking it up to maybe 5 volts when it needed 3 volts. So
it happens.
Yeah. So working on, we just got a new one in today to try again on that now that I know the correct voltage that it needed, and try to give that a go. We've got a Discord channel for NFC-1 that we would love any, you know, input on what it should do. We were talking about infrared, you know, IR blasters to control, you know, things you would control with an IR remote like TVs or things like that. Definitely interested in ideas of what to improve there and what we can do.
Yep, thanks for sharing that, Brandon. It's important. You know us, we like to, you know, jam a lot of stuff into small sensors, or small form factor. And then looks like actually resin updates. Yeah,
so we've been talking for a while that we're investigating what's beyond FDM printing. And for those who might not be familiar, FDM printing is the typical 3D printer machine that everybody's seen that goes and lays filament layer by layer. We think our cases are pretty good as FDM can get, and but to get to the next level of quality and, you know, professional feel and look and durability, we're exploring either small injection molding or going to we were pretty committed to small injection molding. The downsides there are you've got to cut the mold, which takes time and takes money and is an investment. And if you've got that mold and say, you know, you need to change your product for whatever reason, an improvement or something like that, then you've got to weigh that in the back of your mind. Like, is it a big enough problem to justify recutting a new mold and switching it over and going through that expense? And that's always, I've never really liked that because I don't want that like tugging at us when we're trying to make a decision that's to better our products. And then we got a resin sample, which is resin 3D printing. It's a liquid that can get hardened through UV to make the cases, and it's pretty much an injection molding finish, but you still have all the flexibility of 3D printing. And so we got some samples of that. We really loved them. We found a machine that we wanted to buy. We got some samples from that, and we weren't super happy with. We were happy with the finish. We just weren't happy with the color of the resin in it. So we've been working through that, trying to figure out the color of the resin and what we can do there to improve, and how we can do it in like a cost efficient manner. But still, that's definitely our preferred option, is to go with resin printing. And these are like large scale industrial resin printers. So, they're like, huge machines that will allow us to print fast enough to keep up with what we're doing today. All right.
Looks like we're pretty good on questions. So next thing was going to be beta firmware. Looks like Brandon kind of already posted a little bit about that.
Yeah, if you're in our Discord, we would love for you to go grab to go look at their beta firmware. That we're always releasing updates to it. We had to change our update cadence. Back when we were smaller, we could send out updates faster because there wasn't as many people with our devices. But now that there are many Apollo devices out there, it's way scary to hit the merge button to push a new change to everybody. So Brandon had a great idea of making this beta system where we have a beta firmware section, which it's tested by us. We put it into the beta and then allow you guys to use it early so that if there is a problem with the configuration, you run Bluetooth and it's not working on this device, we know ahead of time and don't send it out to tons and tons of people with them. So we need to find a way to incentivize it. We would love for people to join that beta program on there. There's also another tag that I don't think is on our agenda, but I do want to call out the role. Oh no, it's
it's on there. Yeah.
Okay. is Feedback Squad. That's also really great because we're heavily community driven in our design. We probably shouldn't tag it because then I just tagged everybody.
Yeah, that's fine. They're used to it. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely don't tag it. So, anyway, so if you have Feedback Squad, what that allows you to do is whenever we have a question for design, like the NFC, or we say, hey, should we choose between, this LED array or this LED array? Then, instead of tagging everybody or just sending a message out, if you want to be involved in those types of conversations when we have a question, grab that, user role in our Discord, and then we'll tag you, not in streams anymore, but we'll tag you to ask you questions about product development and questions that we have on, hey, like how should we do X or Y? What else we got?
Just a shout out from Old Man McFoo, just saying that Brandon, Smart Home Sellout, has been doing some awesome support on Discord and on Freshdesk, which he has. Lots of compliments on that.
I was going to skip right over that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most common comments we get is like, you guys, or they're surprised that they get to talk to a real person and then they actually get help. You can talk to Trevor directly.
Yeah.
We've been a little thin lately, but we're still here. And then Brandon's pretty much there every day, all time, if you need anything. So
Brandon's insane. So I learned that I can see a mod view of people in Discord now. I don't know if this is new or I've never found it. I'll call it that Brandon has sent 25,000 Discord messages in our Discord server in a year.
Probably more than me.
25,000.
3,000 links, like what, over 2,000 media. Yeah.
That's insane, Brandon.
Let's get a band on that.
So yeah, definitely thanks to Brandon. It was great meeting him in person. He's a cool guy, and we meshed really well, and excited to keep growing the company with him.
So Old Man McPhee, it was a two-parter.
Oh, sorry.
He was saying that it's fine. He was saying that the only gripe is the 3D printed cases. I guess in particular his back female USB-C backplate. So was it?
Yeah.
I guess you said it was just falling apart, like when it was plugged in, or was it the case?
Let us know. Let us know in an order number. Maybe there's like a bit of plastic sometimes inside of those back USB-Cs use support that we have to pull out, and sometimes little pieces of the support can get left inside. Connect with us in support or on Discord and some pictures, and we can figure it out or send you a different one.
Good old hobby boy. Where you been, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you. I know the Bengals, unfortunately, lost, but it's okay. I'm glad you're here. But he also says that he would love to buy better cases. So and the hope is to do the resin and not send any more costs to the community.
Yeah.
So that's our whole goal.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you again. Just some funny gifs, so some some good stuff. Gifs or gifs. I don't know how you say it. However you want to say it. We're talking about Feedback Squad, and really the last thing we got is actually the new workshop and stuff.
Yeah, so new workshop. So we, for the longest time, have been, or since our start, been running out of a year and a half since we started our company. We've been running it out of my basement, and then we've been slowly taking over more and more of the basement and garage storage, and it's growing. Which is great.
Out front.
Yeah.
We're
getting
people coming and going.
More people working on our products and building and shipping and things like that. And so we were trying to, kick around where we were going to do with our business. Renting something was expensive. And then one fell into our lap through a family member. And we moved quick over the weekend. We ripped everything out of our basement and moved it over to a new office. It's awesome. I think Justin had some pictures of it. Didn't you post?
Yeah, I've posted some in Discord. Just kind of the timeline of us packing up everything on Friday and then going over there early, moving all day Saturday. We were there all day Sunday. We were there all day today, of course. We were able to actually get out pretty much all of the orders today, which is great. Shout out to one of our other part-time employees, my sister Holly. So thank you. Her and Brandon kind of had a little feud going, which is kind of nice. The competitiveness for employee of the month. So,
Yeah.
But it's been good. We can kind of spread out a little bit more, and we've been wanting to be a little bit more efficient and more organized. So now that we actually have room for everything, it's going to allow us to do that. So it's very exciting. One of the pictures is actually kind of funny. My niece and nephews come over occasionally. So if you ever see a box with a sticker that's kind of wonky, it's just her putting the sticker on. She wants to help. So it's not us. It's just my little niece did it. But we got a little cubicle. I know it looks kind of rough in the picture, but it's for like meetings and stuff for us to go in there. We're going to like soundproof it, and we actually this is the last live stream from here, right? So I think we're going to start live streaming in the cubicle. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of pretty up our background a little bit more and stuff. But we do plan on painting the cubicle and maybe Apollo blue or something. But there's actually a lot of windows, which is nice too, because the basement didn't have any windows and it was dark all the time and there weren't any clocks. So you just never knew what time it was or what was going on. So now we have multiple windows with daylight. And we finally got a clock for the workshop, so we know what time it is. But it's going to be, I think, much better. It kind of feels more real, which is a good thing, but also scary too, because you're like actually out of the basement. But we are, like I said, we're making our moms proud. So I think that's important too. So.
Okay, real quick. So yeah, Archer said business moves that take only a weekend instead of weeks of meetings. Incredible. Yeah.
How many people have it at work now? Like 3?
Yeah.
4. Yeah, something
it's
like that.
It's tough to count. Yeah. 3-ish, 4 some days.
Fortunately, one of the employees is in a different state, so didn't have to move. So got out easy on that one.
What else we have? Yeah, real quick. So D. Martin, a water-sealed housing with a battery that could be placed outdoors, say to control garden irrigation. So like a outdoor relay. Or are you going to get Gavin excited about an outdoor plant sensor that's flush mounted to the soil so that he doesn't mow it over?
He's about to blow it up.
Yeah, he's typing. Not sure, D. Martin, if I follow exactly, but we would love to get to outdoor cases. It's highly requested. Outdoor cases. The problem right now is with 3D printing, you can do outdoor cases if you add seals and you then seal them up and things like that, but it works for your own sensors, but it doesn't work at scale for us. So we're trying to figure out if we can potentially do that with some resin or what the
USB-C female port should snap fit around it to hold it in place. So potentially it could just be like a tolerance issue with the backplate. We can always send you a new one, and of course all of our 3D files are open source and they're on printables if you want those. If you have a printer or you know someone who has a printer, you can also kind of modify it a little bit to make it bigger or smaller. But we're happy to send you another one too. But typically it kind of holds on the GPI or the female back port. So sorry about that. But we're always willing to make it right.
Yeah, lots of people say an outdoor plant sensor. D. Martin said exactly. Old man McFoo said outdoor yes. We know Gavin's on board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been hearing
maybe
that
we could
a lot.
just find a pre-done. They sell project boxes that are outdoor rated. Maybe we could just figure out something that works in that.
Yeah, actually at CES we talked to a cool company out of Indianapolis, or at least they had an office there, who does like a type of conformal coating. So if you have our plant sensor, you know that the actual capacitive sensor, the stake part that goes into the ground, is covered with a conformal coating. So that way it helps prevent it from breaking down and corroding. So we've we had talked about spraying the whole PCB, but we were worried about it messing with the onboard UV, lux, and temperature and humidity sensors. So if somebody wants to spray it and do some testing, and maybe there's an avenue there of getting it coated potentially, and then still having a case just to help protect it. But
yeah, great questions. We love all the discussion.
Liquid electrical tape. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Martin.
Brandon said, reminder to talk about pocket shirt discounts on the website. Are we doing pocket shirt discounts?
No, he just wants us to get rid of all of them so he can get V-necks in. So if you guys don't know, we always joke we have like pocket T-shirts on the store that Trevor and I usually wear unless we have a live stream. We wear our polos. And we went to send one to Brandon. He's like, I don't like pocket T-shirts. They're for old guys. And then he asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said that pocket tees are still in style and that are still good.
More so than V-necks.
More so than V-necks, which is what Brandon prefers, the deeper Vs. But even funny because it's almost funny because at LANWAR you can order shirts with your name or gamer tag on the back, and he specifically special ordered V-necks. He got there, regular T-shirts. So I thought he was going to fly back home, but we convinced him to stay. So they just don't get fashion.
All right, what else we got on our agenda?
That was pretty much it on the agenda. I mean, that was just, I don't think anything else came up. But
January was super busy for us, being a week at CES, holidays, week at LANWAR, and then moving at the very end.
Yeah.
And launching a product. So very, very, very busy. How about making buttons to connect to GPIO or on the cases themselves? Example, turning off RGB alert instead of having to go to... so old man McPhoo was asking about the buttons being connected to GPIO. Technically the boot button is we just use it for, I don't know, you can check the status of your connection. You can reset your Wi-Fi. You can do a few other things with the boot button. The reset button is tied to a specific thing in the ESP chips that resets them. So we can't do anything else really there with that. But something with buttons, or I've always wanted to be able to just tap the Air One, just tap the top and have a haptic or something sensor in it that would, or motion sensor or something to trigger.
Yeah.
So someone asked that last time there was some discussion around PoE sensors. No batteries, and at least here in Australia, running network cables is cheaper and less illegal than running actual power. I think it's the same here. I didn't hit on that when we were talking about the temperature sensor. We have been playing around with PoE, and for those that aren't familiar, that's power over Ethernet. And what that is instead of using a USB cable or having to get power there, you can just run an Ethernet cable. It's how lots of access points are powered and different things like that. So we did make a temperature sensor for an industrial client as a custom project. It was a kind of a spin-off of the TEMP-1, and it is PoE. I think we've showed it before on stream.
Yep.
It helps kind of explain somewhat why some of our sensors don't have PoE. So of this board, that's the size of a credit card or a deck of cards. Pretty much the top half, it's hard because it's blurry, the top half is pretty dedicated to PoE. That's both the Ethernet chip and getting the power that's needed to filter it. So for instance, this is our TEMP-1 on its own compared to the top half of the PoE board. And so it definitely increases the size significantly. It increases the cost by quite a bit. We would, love to hear more and more input on, how much interest there is for PoE out there. How many people have PoE that would run for their sensors?
I'm pushing it, guys. In terms, there's 9 people that want PoE. I'm every day we get comments. People are I want PoE everything. My whole house is wired for PoE. I'm trying to get PoE everything, all of our sensors. So don't worry.
Yeah.
What are you pulling?
We're definitely looking at it.
Don't tell you got it like a surprise down there.
A surprise PoE sensor?
No.
Sorry for the noise. So yeah, definitely looking at it. I think we should clean up the TEMP-1, we call the PoE version the TEMP-1 Pro. I hate the Pro lineage, but
what if the Pro Max will be out pretty soon too, right?
Yeah. 2 PoE ports. So, yeah, we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. What sensor would be the best? We would love to clean this one up a little bit. It doesn't have the food probe on this one, so I think we would just adapt it to be very similar and maybe be a multi-probe option. Way down the line on that.
Yeah. We've heard the feedback too, I think, from the TEMP-1 launch that people wanted multiple probes. One to kind of go to their fridge, one to go to their freezer, or also multiple meat probes for like a smoker. Because sometimes people do multiple things of meat in their smoker at a time. So we've heard that feedback. Potentially the Pro could be something similar to that. It's like Travis, did you see he was asking about the...
Yeah, so that's why I was reaching into my pocket. So Travis was asking or DigiBlur about the ESP32C6. So we actually just it's indistinguishable from our current Dev one pretty much, and I don't have the table camera set up, I don't think, to show you, but we did just get back in. So we have a board called the Dev one, which is a C3 development board, which allows you to make your own sensors, learn circuits, learn Arduino programming, learn ESP Home, and we did just make a C6 version. The C6 chip allows Bluetooth, Zigbee, Matter over Thread, Wi-Fi. Yeah. So it allows a whole bunch of connectivity methods. Still playing around, like you said, Travis. The support at ESP Home is not as good. It's
better.
Yeah, it's getting better and better. We're trying to play around and see if it's viable for our new sensors in the future, or if we should continue waiting. We've been holding off for the last 6 months, waiting on it to get fully supported.
More polished, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Travis, again, DigiBlur just saying the PoE can increase heat in some cases. Just saying it would be great for simple Bluetooth proxy with antenna. Multiple probes, Ben, that's what Ben was saying, multiple probes on TEMP-1. And then Brandon posted the C3 development board.
Yeah, so Travis was saying, PoE increases heat. Yeah, that's another problem. It does heat up quite a bit. But yeah, maybe, like you said, simple Bluetooth proxy. That's nice because currently with the ESP chips that everybody uses for a Bluetooth proxy, it's one antenna to do both the Bluetooth functionality and the Wi-Fi functionality. So it struggles to always flip back and forth. And so if you had an Ethernet powered one, then you could offload that and not use the antenna, because your connection to home assistant would be wired over the Ethernet, and then you could just use Bluetooth. That's definitely a cool thought. A question about e-ink sensors, e-ink screens. Yeah, I would love e-ink. They're just expensive. E-ink screens are quite expensive. That's really the only thing holding me back is... Yeah,
we've been talking about it, a lot. It's been like a year that we've been talking about those. It would be something cool. I guess it depends on, the price point, though, and we don't want to put something out there that's not, good for the community. And so, but we'll keep working on it.
Yeah, and maybe just to sum this all up, like, all these are fantastic ideas. We have product idea lists a mile long. We have so many projects we want to do. We have multiple sensors that are in progress right now. We're just limited on the engineering side. Our company is. So that's the big bottleneck, is engineering time and trying to get cases designed and firmware done and circuit boards made. And really, like, the testing part is a lot. Getting the board, testing it, figuring out what portion is wrong. If there's anybody that ever has experience with hardware design like that, or CAD skills, we would love to reach out or let us know your skill set, and if we can maybe contract here and there out small pieces of it or something like that, or something. I would love to continue to hire from the Home Assistant community that we've built around the Apollo brand, And Brandon was the first one that we did out of that. I think we were starting to get overwhelmed with support, Justin and I, as our company was growing. And we were like, hey, like this guy like is always in our Discord answering questions. Like, what if we just paid him and like he came on and did it, like all the time and was truly like a representative of the company and such. So I'd love to do that for engineering as we go. We don't have anything official yet, but one day.
Just don't ask Brandon anything about the USPS right now. We've been dealing with them a lot, so he's a little edgy on that one.
So Brandon asked about the 3-amp LED controller. Brandon, we should talk because I had a cool idea. And
I was about to say, are you going to say your idea you had today about?
Yeah, about some LED tube light that I want to make. I woke up last night at like 3 a.m. and was like, man, we were trying to figure out lighting for the new workshop office, and I wanted RGB tube lights that could like stand, and I was frustrated with the price of everybody's. So yeah, maybe that'll be the motivation.
That's how I got started.
Yeah. All right. People are talking about the small e-ink displays can be cheap. Yeah. I don't know about. So, like, we would be connecting them to like our boards, and then having to have a controller to control them on there. Not sure. I've seen the cheap ones you're talking about. I don't know how readily available they're in like bulk for us, but something we could look at. Okay, let's keep going.
It's like...
Yeah, Travis, I've not looked into that Wi-Fi 6 thing on the ESP-C6. Definitely, because that's the biggest battery suck of our sensors. That's why we have to have large batteries in our products, is because the Wi-Fi just drains it every time you're talking. So definitely something we can look at. All right, trying to catch up on in the chat. We love all the comments and talk in here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
It's
like... Yeah, Brandon's just talking about the H1. You can take full control of it with WLED, every little pixel on it, and he had it synced up with his TV and his house and his Christmas light. I think he had like 5 H1s on his Christmas tree. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much, it for the agenda. I don't think there's anything else that came up.
Yeah.
Any last questions? Anything? Oh, the giveaway. Brandon, the giveaway. We completely forgot. Archer said, you guys look at Ethernet Wi-Fi over light.
Is that fiber?
It's got to be fiber, right?
I think it must be something different.
Oh, they already did the giveaway. We missed it.
Oh, we did the giveaway.
Who won? Cyberdog won?
That seems rigged.
I don't know. We're pretty sure that's Brandon's Smurf account. So it's Brandon on 2 computers.
Still really, really think it's Brandon.
So wait, who won?
Cyberdog won. Who else?
Banjo-Kazooie 8.
Okay.
Awesome. Just reach out to Brandon or us. Send us your preferred email shipping address, and we'll get you a TEMP-1 or TEMP-1B.
Yeah. Sorry for missing that on there.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
We should have known Brandon was on it.
Yeah. It automatically does it. Okay. Oh, sorry.
That's clever.
Okay. All right. Any last questions or anything from anybody?
Yeah.
We'll keep posting, the updates from the new workshop. We'll probably do a new updated video tour as well.
Yeah.
We're still playing with all the rooms and, kind of moving furniture quite a bit and just seeing what's going to work best.
And just a quick recap, because our first stream of the month or of the year was at CES, or pretty quick, but 2024 was incredible, guys. We started in September of 2023 with a little hobby idea, and said if we sold 10 of them, we'd think it would just be awesome. And so we released this little project. It took off. We were working one Saturday a month. We would be out there building sensors in our basement. And then it kept growing, and there was 2 Saturdays a month, and then it was every Saturday a month, and then we didn't want to give up every Saturday. So then Justin went part-time for 1 week.
It was 1 week, yeah.
And then he was full-time the next week.
There's no way.
And then it's just grown from there. We've been able to, bring on Brandon and Holly, Justin's sister, for
shipping and fulfillment. And
yeah, we've been able to hire some part-time sensor builders. I don't want to call them assemblers.
Contract manufacturers.
Here in Lexington, other friends that can take home our sensors and put them together and bring them back to us boxed up, ready to go. So yeah, really, really thankful for 2024. What a cool thing to grow.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So we really appreciate that, letting us be a part of the community. And
it was truly great ending it with the Home Assistant meetup when Paulus and them are incredible. How supportive they were of us.
So passionate.
Yeah, and they just thought it was so cool that they built a platform that then we were able to build a hardware company around and still have the same goals and motives and a lot of the same ethics and everything on it.
Yeah, so they're incredible, and they are definitely looking out for all of us and are going to continue building this awesome open source project.
All right, CyberDog. Yes, I got the waterproof boxes today. They're sitting on. Didn't have a desk today. Now I have a desk.
I kind of had one, half of one, a little bit.
They're sitting on my new desk, and I will look at them. Yes, for the TEMP-1.
And I did post. We have a year in review page that I posted, so you guys can kind of go back and look at the story. Trevor left out though. He said we sell 10 to 100 sensors and then buy a boat and then be done. Still don't have a boat, but if you have some really good boat sensor ideas, we may have to buy one to do testing on. So
yeah. When we released the TEMP-1, somebody was talking about building a 12-volt version for boats and RVs and things like that. Anything that we can justify a boat as a business expense for research and development, you can get us there. All right. That's a great stream. Thank you all very much. You can always reach out to us in Discord, and we love any feedback. Like I said, Feedback Squad, join the beta group, and give us feedback on our products as we're building them.
Get in Discord, get in NFC 1, get in all of our product development pages. Help us out. Tell us what you want. I think, what did I say? It's tell us what you want us to make. Tell us what you want us to do.
Yep. Thank Brandon for endlessly battling the United States Postal Service. They put up a good fight, but I think Brandon pushed through and got our packages. So
yeah, things are moving.
Been brutal. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you. Have a good night.
Thank you guys very much. Have a good night. Be careful.